Boat greetings from Finland. This is Jerry, this is Rauta, and today I'm gonna talk to you about a little bit of Nordic Metal Cruise. Well, that kind of makes no sense to repeat the words I just said. Anyway, let's just tune in for this quick preview of Nordic Metal Cruise happening in 10th to 11th of February 2024, and leaving from the city I live in, Turku, Finland, going to Stockholm and then back. And what you can expect is about 22 hours of cruising in the Finnish and Swedish archipelago with some metal bands playing their gigs while, well, you drink and you cruise and probably eating well. Now, of course, not everybody is, made to drink hard, but given it's a metal thing, I mean, bands playing there, and given it's this cruise thing, which is often very, very filled with alcoholic beverages, well, you're kind of bound to get a few drinks anyway, beers or whatnot. And of course, because the boat is filled with, I mean, it's not like there's dozens of them, but still many good restaurants, you're kind of most likely to eat well there anyway. And of course, buy tax-free things. Now, those who don't know the very basic information about these cruises is that in essence, you are going to go like a Finnish Las Vegas kind of a thing for 24 hours. Well, 22 because, they have to clean the ship between the shifts and all. But basically, 24 hours you're going to be away. So technically speaking, like a 24-hour metal festival. Meaning there are 2 nights of bands playing. Not too many, which in a way is a blessing in disguise. I'll explain it further down the road. But you're gonna just take this cruising, maybe do some gambling. That's legal here. Of course, you're gonna have the strings. You're gonna meet like-minded people, and then you're gonna probably end up enjoying the shows. And of course, the views. Finnish archipelago as well as Swedish one. Well, Nordic archipelago in the sense, is very beautiful to look at it. That is, do it during the daytime, not nighttime. Nighttime, it's just gonna be pitch black, and you're just seeing random lights here and there on the islands and whatnot. But daytime, it's gorgeous. It's really, really soothing, relaxing view. And if you do it like me and some of my friends, we're gonna probably go to spa once again for a couple of hours, like sitting in a jacuzzi, going to sauna, having a few drinks, good talks, and of course enjoying the views. But now the question is, why I'm talking about this on Rauta if this is just about goddamn boat cruise? What else is there? And of course the thing here is the bands. Above being the headliner of this event, they're touring. And of course, that's why they are the biggest act. So they're going to play their main act in one of the evenings. I'm guessing the opening one, but I don't know the exact order. And then they're warmed up by Toxic Holocaust, Hell Reaper, and Bob Malmström. Now, the last here is technically speaking said as like a rich people punk. That's kind of like a generic joke about it because, well, they're not exactly metal, they're not exactly punk, and they're definitely not the one of old school where it's like we're poor and drinking piss water. They are more about like making punk with suits on. So it's kind of a gimmick thing, but they really have their own audience. Think it like a weird Finnish version of Turbo Necro. That's just putting in their roughly weird box of bands, not saying they exactly sound similar, but there's that. Now, Abba is, of course, playing their epic, blackish, Viking. Could it be blackened? Viking? Okay, whatever. Anyway, their blackish, epic metal. Now you know what to expect based on late Immortal albums, or what's called these few Abath albums, know what to expect. I saw them at Inferno Festival last year, and they were really, really good live. Unfortunately, it seems no interview this time either, because I was told Abath doesn't do interviews on tours, which pretty much leaves Rauta interviews out of the equation for all good, for all years. I mean, it's not like they play individual gigs here and there, like here in Finland, but always touring. So if I can interview them on tours, well, screw it. It's not gonna happen, I think. Unless me and the band sometime along the way end up bumping into each other in Norway or whatnot. But what are the chances given the last year's interview possibility was cancelled due to headache and whatnot? But it is what it is. Luckily, I have some good news as well, and it seems like Hell Reaper and Toxicologos interviews are happening. At least Hell Reaper guy was already like, okay, let's do it, and Toxicologos like, let's try to do it, given the schedule and all possibilities and whatnot. Now, of course, here the artists on the Nordic Metal Cruise site are explained more in detail, so you get to like figure out what they are, what kind of music they are. But I mean, for example, people were actually praising the latest Hell Reaper album recently on my channel as well, like in the comments. So definitely something I want to see. Neither of these bands are something, actually including Pop Malmström, none of these bands are something that I've seen live, so I'm excited. And of course, because Apath was so good at Inferno, I'm excited about that as well. So four interesting bands in terms of live for me to see, and even without the possibility of these bands, I would be intrigued, because always since we were kids these cruises have been a lot of fun, partially because of all the tax-free goodies you get to buy. I mean, I always buy some kind of expensive whiskey or whatnot, and of course you get to see friends and take that day or 24-hour off from your daily routines, whatever. And when you have bands with that, what could go wrong? I've been featuring a lot of these cruises in the past, so if you want to take a look how they actually look like, go to see some of the previous Nordic Metal Cruise reviews, where I actually take some footage, how it looks like inside the boat, how is the general feeling and all that stuff. So while this is just about previewing what the event will be, what kind of bands will be there and what to do, of course you get to see the main thing, the feeling, from my previous videos where I have been interviewing some of the audience, and I have done actually quite a few band interviews, including bands like Enslaved and other bands on these cruises, like Moon Sorrow also, and Dark Funeral. They were taken, or made during Nordic Metal Cruise. So you always have some good bands playing live, and usually you get some interesting footage. Last fall, which is the Kalmus Metal Cruise, a kind of a sibling cruise to this one, similar but different timing, I did the Biased interview also. And I think these kind of boat cruises are very, very cool in order to combine drinking, meeting friends, having really, really good food, and of course seeing bands. Now, the price is not too much, so don't be afraid about it. You will find the information. I don't know how much more expensive these are compared to more like basic cruises. But if you're a metalhead, I don't think there is no reason why not to take this one rather than the ordinary ones with, families with kids or grandmas or granddads spending their time. This is where you hang out with, more like-minded people and see the bands on top of everything else you do on a cruise. If you're coming outside Finland, it might be a little bit trickier to figure it out. But in case you're living in Finland or visiting Finland around this time, this is very, very easy to set up. You just come to Turku, jump on a boat, then come back. That's it. But either way, you will find more information on the events website. And of course, Viking Line, who is hosting, it's the one here, the one taking care of the cruise. You will find the information there. So go check it out. It will be in 28 days from filming this, so about a month away. And I hope to see you on the cruise. If you see me there, come pull me by the sleeve and let's say hello and have drinks. All right, take care and enjoy.